You can say Amanda Marcuson lives a charmed life. From treasure troves to plushies and plastic shapes of all sizes, she collects them all in the form of bag crap. No joke. That's her company's name, and she joins me to share her story and her charms. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
I got to tell you, that name just that gets you right off the bat.
Clicks, right?
Tell me about how you came up with bag crap.
Well, I wanted something that was pretty straightforward. So, you know, I like to put a lot of crap on my bag. So I thought,
why not?
bag crap.
All right, but your background, surprisingly, is kind of more luxury. That's what, and so you've been able to somehow bring in charms into this space, or have you? I mean, have you transitioned from luxury to something maybe more approachable?
So my background is in luxury handbags. I've been working in like auction houses for over a decade, just authenticating bags, pricing them, mostly like Hermes, Chanel. So it was very serious in terms of like the type of product and client I was dealing with. And I like to be very unserious with my accessories.
I love that.
So it's like I'll invest in a nice handbag, but I still want something that speaks to my personality. So I just started like adding little trinkets, maybe like a Barbie doll, a squirt gun, or something,
just a little something.
Something silly.
I love it.
And so then people really grasped onto that, because I think people really relate to the nostalgia aspect of it.
There's so many pieces that I'm seeing here that are bringing back so many memories. I do want to brag on you a little bit, because you've been featured in some pretty big publications. We're talking Vogue, GQ, many others. And I love the fact that you've come up with this huge variety of different charms. So how did you go through the process of making all of this happen?
So one charm at a time, you know.
Really?
I've always been a collector. I loved like little trinkets and toys. My mom actually like used to resell Beanie Babies on eBay.
Oh my gosh, she was a Beanie Baby gal?
She was a Beanie Baby gal on eBay, and so I like took over her store when I was like 7 or 8, and I was just like, you know, going crazy. So I've always had like the retail bug, the toy bug.
Right.
And it's kind of just like a merging of all those things.
Well,
so
let's take a look here, because you brought a whole table full of really cool things. And I can just see my daughter gravitating to all of this as she's preparing her backpack. Share with me some of these different designs that you have here.
Sure. So what I specialize in mostly is doing these curated charm packs. So it's going to be like a combination of vintage toys, fun little trinkets and beaded charms and things like that. I usually do themes. So like for fall, we're doing like a lot of football, sports, your favorite cartoon characters, but then also I'll do handmade vintage plushies. So some of them are...
Is that a Care Bear here?
That's a Care Bear right there.
Okay, and I think I recognize him too, Mr. Cookie Monster.
Little Cookie Monster.
Yes.
And you know, we can't just like have a plush charm. So we had to put more crap on Cookie Monster. So they're all adorned, you know, like charms.
He can handle it, yeah.
Charms on charms on charms.
And I think that's what makes it particularly fun, is that you can come in with so many different things. It's great for the kids as well. And then you've also have some embellishments here, not just for the backpack, but for shoes as well. How cool is that?
Yeah, well, we thought, you know, like what else can I clip something to? So
why not?
A shoe.
Sure.
So I started incorporating more demi-fine hardware. So we have like gold-plated, sterling silver. So really it's like you can put on your shoe, you can put it on your necklace. But one thing I like to do is sort of like accessorize them on a chain, so you can really showcase all your little trinkets and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you can put a bunch of them on one chain and clip that to your backpack, and all of a sudden you're kind of the cool kid in class.
Yeah, you just add to it.
All right. And you also have selected some from all around the world as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so when I search for charms, I try to find things that I know no one else is going to have. So I've sourced a lot of pieces from auctions in like Japan, Australia, Spain. I mean, if there's something cool and limited, that's what I want. I want, you know, the toy that no one else is going to have.
Well, and I have a charm bracelet, and I'm going to break it out, because right now I know that this is really trending right now. And looking at all of these little charms, I don't know if you can see these, but these are fantastic to put on the charm bracelets. And I love the fact that it is kind of coming back. So what do you think in general is the allure of charms? Why are people drawn to them?
I think it's like, you know, people want something that feels good and really boosts morale. And whether that's like a small charm, if you're spending, you know, like $15, $30, you want that gift to yourself, especially if it's something that sparks joy and reminds you of like a nostalgic memory.
Like this one is a Diet Coke.
We love a Diet Coke.
Okay, this little bitty one, and that would be for me because that's how I get my caffeine. Thank you so much for this.
Oh my gosh, thank you. It was a pleasure.
This has been a lot of fun. So where can we find you super fast?
Bagcrap.com or on Instagram, shop Bagcrap.
All right, thanks again for sharing these charms with us.
Thanks.